Guys, Callsign Wolf from RMA Airsoft, bringing you some Christmas spirit with a green and red combo. For all of us who aren't completely agitated with Christmas music playing since November 15th. Ridiculous. Anyway, I'm here to bring you a post-game opinion / review on the CZ-805 Bren that I covered not too long ago. I did take it up to Buffalo Battlegrounds, which isn't the ideal location to review it, but it's a review nonetheless. It performed admirably with a few minor gripes. I have Comtacs, Comtac replicas. The riser was far too high. It was hard aiming down sights with the Comtacs there as a constant, kind of bumping into the cheek riser, so I ended up taking the cheek riser out. It came chronoed in at 341 FPS, which means this gun is close quarters illegal, but will still pack a punch outdoors. My VFC is 300 right on the dot. As far as the build quality, everything held up, nothing broke. The sling issue that I mentioned before was apparent. I couldn't even fully clip on a Condor sling. But that being said, I'm planning on getting a key ring and just threading that on there, and it should work fine. I can't so much see the metal breaking, it's just an issue to actually get a ring to go onto it. As far as my personal setup, it ran fine with the vertical grip and the EOTech. It was pretty nice. Of course, I got a lot of oohs and ahs from the little kids at Buffalo Battleground. Well, I went adult night, so 16 and up kids that were like, "Ooh, it's the Bren." So, yeah, it's the Bren. Or I got like 2 people calling it a Scar, and I wanted to like slap them. But, that aside, everything held up, nothing broke on it. I did discover something that these magazines, the PTS E-Mags, which is what I run for indoors, have the same feeding issue that a lot of Elite Force mids have in basic M4s, where you have to tilt them slightly forward to get them to feed correctly. I haven't gone ahead and done it yet, but I'm pretty sure just a strip of Velcro in the inside of the magwell will fix that. On the other hand, though, the PTS EPM magazine, which is one of the current PTS mags you can get, fed absolutely flawlessly. Only con being that it's tan and doesn't match the aesthetic of the gun. So moving on with the review. The other thing that did slightly break, but not completely, is the stock, in the sense that before I was able to sit here and click this down here, and it was able to pull out and push back in. It does no longer do that. In order to adjust this, you have to pull it from the front, and even then it's stiff. So if you have it like that, you can push it down, or push it up, and that works. But from the closed position, you actually have to pull it down from this main fulcrum right here. And again, it sticks. I don't even know exactly what's causing that, but it's an issue that has obviously appeared, so I'd like to mention that. There are also a few things, because it was a pre-game review I didn't mention. This is running a version 3 Gearbox, which means that you're going to get higher FPS. Not high like DMR FPS, but like I said, 341 for an M4, that's not too bad. If you're getting a higher end, you're going to be talking about 400 to 410 FPS max. With cheaper ones, you're going to be getting about 300, and the range varies. But this came in at 341, which is 341 with .25s, which is good for close quarters. It's right underneath the limit. And I don't see myself being a douche and running into rooms and, cornering people up close, because it's a longer gun made for outdoors. I'm not going to be clearing rooms with it. I got my Glock for that. It is 14mm negative. I have officially taken off the flash hider, and I'm awaiting a flash hider to come in to replace this. It is a version 3 gearbox, which means you're getting an AK gearbox. Now, they're typically legendary for being a bit more durable than an M4 gearbox. You have a bit more metal preventing the piston head from slamming into your hop-up. So that's something to keep in mind, that this is a version 3 gun with the performance of basically an AK that takes M4 mags, which is kind of a pro, because anyone who's been teching or knows their way around an airsoft gun does know that version 3s are better than version 2s. And now this allows you to have a version 2 and to take M4 mags. Another thing to keep in mind is this is the US release, which does have the M4 magwell. There will be a replacement Bren magwell being released soon, and Bren mags will be compatible with G36C mags. So, in other words, this allows you to run a G36 with slimmer magazines, which is definitely nice because if you have the nubs on the sides, people don't typically like those. They tend to be a bit bulkier in pouches. So guys, this has been my post-game review of the CZ-805 Bren. I'd say definitely pick it up. Do keep in mind that the cheek riser will be a bit too high though for anyone using contacts or anyone who does have to have big bulky goggles. That being said, the build quality on it is phenomenal. It's still held up. Nothing particularly broke off. There is the slight issue with the stock, which will probably be released with the second or third run of these rifles. And in addition to that, I mean, it has decent range. It has decent FPS. It's 350. It's still a bit cheaper than a VFC Scar, and it's about as quality as one, I'd say. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. This has been Callsign Wolf from Redneck Mayhem Airsoft, and, well, Merry Pre-Christmas Christmas.